Hi guys, welcome to Mr. Cloudbook channel. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the comprehensive DevOps pipeline that demonstrate the seamless integration of various tools and practices to ensure the efficiency and security and reliability of your software development and deployment process. We are using the GitLab CI/CD tool for the deployment of our YouTube application on our EC2 instance with the help of the security practices. As of now, I don't have full blog, so I will complete it. This is the blog CI/CD pipeline with GitLab for a React YouTube app clone, and this is the process we are going to do today. So for the code commit to the GitLab, so our journey starts with the DevOps engineer committing code to GitLab repository. This step marks the beginning of software development process where team members collaborate and contribute to the code base. Next, npm dependencies installations. We will guide you through the process of installing the npm dependencies for our project. Proper dependency management is crucial to ensure your application functions correctly and consistently. That's why we are going to install some dependencies. And next, code scanning for the security purpose to maintain high code quality and identify potential issues early on. We will introduce Sonarqube and we will show you how to set up code scanning to detect code smells, bugs, and security vulnerabilities, enabling you to proactively address these concerns. After that, file scanning with Trivy. Security is a paramount concern in DevOps, and Trivy comes to the rescue. We will demonstrate how to scan your project files for vulnerabilities and potential security risk, ensuring that your code is secure as possible with the help of Trivy. Once that is done, so containerization, Docker image building is a fundamental concept in modern software development. We will guide you through the process of building a Docker image from your project. Containerization ensures consistency across various environments, making it easier to deploy your application. Tagging and pushing to Docker Hub. Once your Docker image is ready, we will explain how to tag it with your Docker Hub username and push it to Docker Hub repository. This steps enables your team to access and deploy the image from any location. That's why we are going to build the image and push the image to our Docker Hub. Next, security check remains a top priority. Even at the image level, we will reiterate the importance of security by demonstrating how to scan your Docker image for vulnerabilities using the Trivy, ensuring that your deployed application is as secure as your source code. That's why we are scanning the image also. After that, we are installing the GitLab runner on our EC2 instance to automate your CI/CD pipeline and make it more efficient. We will install a GitLab runner on our EC2 instance. This instance will serve as a dedicated runner for our GitLab pipeline, allowing to run containers and execute tasks with speed and precision. Finally, we will configure your EC2 instance as a specific runner for your GitLab pipeline. This setup streamlines and the deployment process, ensuring that your application is consistently built and deployed on your chosen infrastructure. And we are going to deploy this application on your EC2 instance only with the help of the Docker. So by following these steps, we are not only gaining a deeper understanding of the DevOps principles, but also acquire practical knowledge about using essential tools and practices that can elevate the quality and security and efficiency of your software development and deployment process. So this is the complete project we are going to do. At the end of the video, we are going to watch some videos on YouTube application also. For the prerequisites, we need an API key and an EC2 instance for our Sonarqube and a GitLab account and the repository for our YouTube applications. I will provide the link of the GitHub also in the description. No need to worry about that. First, we need to create an API key from our Rapid API. You can directly click on rapidapi.com. It will open in a new tab. So you can directly click on sign up if you don't have any account. So click on sign up and you can directly click on sign up with Google and select the account, any account you have. So I am clicking on postbox.az. So it will automatically create an account for your Rapid API. So meanwhile, in some other cases, it will come like this. By default, directly it will provide as a agree your mail. You can directly select your mail here and it will create our account automatically. And this is my account. You can see here as a agree and everything. So in the search bar, you can see here, you have to search for YouTube and version 3. So version 2 and version 3, anything. So we have to search for version 3. Select that one and YouTube version 3. You can see here and you will get your API key from here. This is the key, Rapid API. And we need to copy this and we use it for the further uses. Everyone has a different API key. And for the next, we need to create a repository and push it to GitLab. I already have the YouTube application complete repository on my local machine. So this is the YouTube app clone. So I'm going to push this code to my GitLab. So let's create a repository on the GitLab. Go to the GitLab, click on new project. So I already made some videos on the GitLab. If you have any doubts, please watch them also. I will provide the links in the description. So you need to create a blank project, and you can provide any name you want. So just providing YouTube version 1 for the project name. Visibility level is public. Uncheck this one because I already have the readme.file. So create project. So these are the commands we have to use to push the code. So let's come back here and open a terminal, new terminal. So you can directly provide the commands. So first we will initialize. So copy the command. So these are the commands. Push an existing folder. We have already folder, right? So git init first of all. Right click, copy it, and come back to Visual Studio Code and shift insert, enter. So initialize, and you can see that we are at the main branch now. So last time we don't have any branches. So now it's initialized after it's moving to the branch also. Initial branch is main. So again come back to here and let's add the our repository URL also, gitlab.version1. Sorry. So right click, copy it and paste it here. So that is done. So remote add origin is done. Come back and git add and git commit. So we do that easily. So git add dot, it will add every file, and next we need to commit. So you can see the status also by providing git status, and you can see these are the files we have to push. And clear the screen and provide git commit -m initial commit, enter. So created, and next we need to push these commands, everything. So you can see that git push set upstream origin, so main. So it will push to our main branch. Right click and enter. So clear the screen, and if you come back here and just refresh this page, and you can see that it's pushed every code to our YouTube version 1 repository. So these are the code. And build and deploy modern YouTube application. This is the readme.md file, and Docker file and everything is here. That is done for the second step. And for the third step, we have to launch an EC2 instance and run Sonarqube on it. So go to the AWS console. So no, I don't have any instances is running. So click on launch instance. For the name and tag, you can provide GitLab or anything you want. So I'm going with GitLab and selecting the AMI as Ubuntu. So 22.04 is enough. For the instance type, select the T2 medium and keep a name Mumbai, and select the existing security group. So launch whichever one. So which opens 22 and 443, 80 and 9000 for our Sonarqube and 3000 for our application. And storage, so you can increase up to 10. So that is enough. So just click on launch instance. So come back to instances. So once this is up and running, so just select the EC2 instance and we will connect that EC2 instance or putty. So meanwhile, I will open my mobile extreme or putty. This is my mobile extreme. So let's come back to EC2 and click on connect and copy the SSH client. Copy it and open in a mobile extreme here and shift insert and enter. So it will ask for your fingerprint. We have to provide yes. After that, it will connect to our system. Yes, enter. So it is connected to our system. So we have to install update and install the Docker. With the help of the Docker, we run the Sonarqube container. Sudo apt update is the command, enter. So I already provided the commands also here in the blog itself, and you can see. So you can use the 10 GB storage, that is fine. So these are the commands to install Docker, and it will run the Sonarqube container with this command: Docker run -d-name Sonar 9000. This is the image name of your Sonarqube community. So come back here, clear the screen and install the Docker. Sudo apt install docker.io -y, enter. So it will install Docker on our system. So clear the screen and you can see the version also, Docker version, enter 24.05. So let's add the user, sudo user mod -a capital G, Docker is the group and Ubuntu is the user, enter. And refresh the group by providing new group Docker, enter. And you can provide Docker ps and we won't get any error now. Okay, that is fine. So let's add the permissions to docker.socket also by providing sudo chmod 777/var/run docker.socket, enter. So that is done. Let's run Sonarqube container by providing docker run -d name Sonar tip port 9000 Sonarqube LTS community. This is the long-term support image for our Sonarqube, and click on enter. It unable to find the image locally, so it will go to the Docker hub and it will pull the Sonarqube image and it will run our Sonarqube container. So that is done. If you see Docker PS, it will show the running containers, and you can see 38 seconds ago it's created. Copy the public IP address of your EC2 instance and open it in a new tab with 9000 and Control V and with 9000 port and enter. For the login, use the admin. So admin is the login and password is also admin, small letters only, no caps, and login and OK, never. So old password is admin and update a new password, confirm it and click on update. This is the dashboard for our Sonarqube, and we have the requirements as of now. So the Sonarqube is up and running and everything, and you can see here we have the GitLab account and we have the Sonarqube, and we have to add the pipeline. Now we have to start the configuration file, and let's come back to here to the GitLab account, and you have to click on plus and click on new file, and for the file name we have to provide .gitlab-cayyml. This is the file name, and for the stages we have to use this one, stages hyphen. For the first stage is npm, right? So that is the npm. So let's come here, and for the install dependencies column, enter, and next we need to provide the stage. What is the stage? npm, and we are using these shared runners for this particular installing dependencies and everything. Only deploying process we are using the specific runner. This project runs on the Node.js 16 or anything. So if there is another version, so if there is another repository works on Node 18, so we have to install that version, right? So on the same EC2 instance we can't do that. So that's why we are using the Docker images for our particular project. So we use the shared runners. So they will run the Sonarqube container for our requirement for this particular stage, and once that is done, that stage completes, it will automatically clear that container. For the stage we need to use this npm, and for the image and the name. So for the npm I need the Node 16 version I require. So that is done. So what is the script? You need to provide script here. Script means it will run your commands. So to install dependency we need to provide -npm install is the command. So for this particular stage, so GitLab runner will provide a shared runner, and it will install Node.js on that particular instance, and it will install some dependencies on our system. So click on commit message. So let's added npm stage only, npm stage, and we need to click on commit changes. We are starting the pipeline, and you can see it's validating the GitLab CID configuration. So it is working fine. And if you click on here on the build, you can see there is a pipeline. So click on pipelines, and you can see it's running fine. If you click on this one, and you can see install dependencies, click on this one, and you can see it's using the Docker as an executor for the image Node 16. It will use the Node 16 for our project. It will install some dependencies. So it will take some time, and job was succeeded, and it installed the dependencies also. And you can see initialize the Git repository. So builds Mr. Cloudbook and YouTube World. So this is the version 1, right? I mean now we are using the repository name as YouTube 1, and you can see the command npm install. So npm is warning, so stable 1.8, modern JS already guaranteed, and it installed everything. So job is succeeded. For the first step is completed, and you can see here the stage of npm install is completed, and next we need to add the Sonarqube analysis. So come back to the Sonarqube dashboard, and we need to click on manually, and we need to provide a name. So for the YouTube we need to provide as a YouTube, so anything fine, you can go with the YouTube. And for the main branch, so this is the main branch, you can see here, and go to the YouTube version 1. So the branch is main, right? So that's why we are using the main here. So click on setup, and next we need to select the CI tool. So we are using with GitLab CI, right? So we need to click on GitLab CI. What option best describes our build? So our project works on React.js, so that's why we need to select the other here. and we need to create a file in our repository. So just copy this and go back here to the repository and plus a new file. For the file name, you have to use this one, create a Sonar project properties. This is the file name. Just click on here. So it's copied to your clipboard. Come back here and provide the file name, and for the content, come back here. So this is the content we have to use. So it will wait for the quality gate and everything. So just copy it and come back here and paste it here and click on commit message. So I added Sonar properties and click on commit changes. That is done. Next we need to add the, click on continue, and we need to add environment variables. For this set, we need to go to the settings, and next we need to go to CI/CD, and in the variables we need to add the Sonar token and Sonar host URL. Let's do that. Come back to GitLab and go to the YouTube version 1 and come down, and you have to click on settings, and then under settings we need to click on CI/CD, and we need to go to the variable section. We have to click on expand, and we need to click on add variable. So we need to remove the protect variable, and we need to use the mask variable here, and you can see it will provide every content. Uncheck the protect variable and check the mask variable. So Sonar token is the key field. So come back here, this is the key field, paste that one, and for the token we need to click on generate a token and click on generate and copy it and click on continue. So meanwhile come back here and paste the token here and add variable. So variable is added. So first variable is completed, and next we need to define the URL also, Sonarqubes. Again we need to go to the CI/CD and variables. Come back here and click on variable and remove this one, and we need to remove this one also. For the key field we need to come back here and we need to use this one, Sonar host URL. So copy this one and paste it here, and for the value we need to provide this particular IP address. So our Sonarqube runs on this one. So just copy it, come back here, and you have to paste it here and add variable. So 2 variables is added. So variables is like a secrets. So come back here, we need to click on continue, and next we need to create this particular GitLab say.yml. We already have that one. We need to update that file. So just copy this one. So Sonarqube check, just copy it and come back to the GitLab CI/CD and go to the YouTube version 1 and come down to the GitLab ci.yml. So click on this one. So we need to edit this file. So click on edit. So edit in the pipeline editor. And for the next stage, what is the stage name we are using? Sonar analysis, right? That's why I'm providing the Sonar. And you have to come down here. For the second stage, just paste the content that you copied. So Sonarqube check, it will use that one. So directly. And next we need to provide the stage also. So stage should be start from here also, that is fine. So then it won't get any errors. Okay, just click on commit changes, and you can see that pipeline syntax is correct, and it's checking the pipeline status also. So click on pipelines here, it's working fine. So Sonar 3 minutes ago it's completed. So click on running, it will check the Sonarqube code completely, and you can see install dependencies is started, and next it will go to the Sonar stage. So you can see the stages, npm and Sonar and everything. So there are the 2 jobs, that's why it's providing the jobs too, and you can see it's running 54 seconds installation of the dependencies and everything. And you can directly come to the pipeline also, and you can see install dependencies is completed and Sonar check is also completed, and click on this one, and you can see that execution is succeeded and everything is fine, and it's using the Sonarqube image also. You can see preparing the Docker machines. So we are not using any specific runners for these stages. So everything is used by the, so everything is provided by the Sonar GitLab itself. So Sonar and Sonar scanner and everything, pushing the image and pulling the image, everything it will take care by the GitLab only. And you can see that also. So go to the Sonarqube dashboard and in the projects, and you can see, so YouTube last analysis is 2 minutes ago. And if you go inside YouTube, and you can see the issues and everything. So come back here, that is done. So click on jobs, every stage is working fine now, and go to the YouTube version 1, I mean to the repository, main repository. So next come here. So we added the install dependency stage and Sonarqube stage is done. So next we need to do the Trivy file scan. So come back here and let's open the GitLab ci.yml. Click on edit in the pipeline editor, and the next stage, in the stages section we need to add the next stage hyphen Trivy file scan. The Trivy file scan is the next stage, and let's open a new tab and search for the Docker Hub enter and click on this one, first result, and search for the aquasec Trivy. This is the one we need to use. So aquasec Trivy. So aquasec Trivy, this is the one. So you can see what is Trivy. Trivy scans the code, projects and build artifacts for the security issues such as vulnerabilities, IAC misconfiguration, secrets, and more. For the Docker run, with the help of Docker run command, we can directly run the container also. So we are using this particular aquasec Trivy to scan our files. Come back here, and for the next stage, come here, enter. So next stage is Trivy file scan is the name for the stage, colon, enter. And next stage, so what is the stage name I used over there? So let's copy it. The label should be same. So right click and copy and come here and paste it here and enter. And for the image, so what is the name? So what is the image name here? So aquasec Trivy, right? So let's copy this one, right click, copy, and come back here and paste, use it the latest version. So use the latest version, that is fine. Next we need to add the script block, script, colon. So what is the command to scan files? Trivy fs dot. It will scan your every files. Commit changes and pipeline syntax is correct, and it's checking for the pipeline status, and go to the pipelines again, and it started working fine. So the stages, so last time we have the two stages. The first one is npm and next one is the sonar. So now we have the three stages, npm and the sonar, and next one is my Trivy file scan, and you can directly click on this running. So install dependencies is completed and Sonar check is started now. Sonar check is also completed. It started the new Trivy file scan. So just click on this one. Let's see what it's doing. And we got the failure error. So sh and git remote and using the Docker image and everything fine. We got the shell script error. So that because of the entry point, we have to add the entry point, I think. So let's come back to the YouTube version 1 and go to the GitLab ca.yml, and we need to add the entry point at the image stage. So just click on edit in the pipeline, and after the image stage, so name, enter. We need to use the entry point stage. So entry point, or we can directly remove this one. So just use the square brackets, simply squares and square brackets, and use the double quotes. That is done. So click on commit changes. Let's see. So this because sh is not work fine, so that's why we need to provide the entry point as this one, and syntax is correct. And go to the pipelines and view pipeline. The last stage it's got failure, and let's see. I will show the error also, and you can see that Trivy command it's getting the unknown command as a sh. That's why we need to provide the entry point. So using the Docker image and everything fine. So it will use the sh because this one is the command. Trivy fs is the command to scan every file. So it's using the image as aqua Trivy it is working fine, but we are not getting the error because of the fatal unknown command. That's why we need to provide the entry point. And go back to the YouTube version 1, and let's click on this one, running. So it will take some time. I will skip. And you can see npm is completed and Sonar check will complete soon. Sonar is completed, and let's go to the Trivy file scan, and it's using the aquasec Trivy image to scan our files, and you can see job was succeeded. So we need to use the entry point, and this is the report for your files, and you can see it is using the Trivy fs command also, and need to update the database and db repository, so and downloading the database, and it's scanning the every files. And you can see there are total 18 vulnerabilities. Medium is 7, high is 8, and critical is 3. And you can see the report also clearly. So our Trivy file scan is also completed, and come back to blog. So Trivy file scan is completed. Now we need to add the Docker stages. So go back to here and go to the YouTube version 1 and go to the GitLab CI and edit in the pipeline. So for the next stage, what is that one? Hyphen Docker is the next stage, right? So that's why providing the Docker as the stage, and enter, and next Docker build and push is the stage name, enter. So what is the stage? I use it as the Docker small, I think capital D or small D. So that is fine. Sorry, we need to use the image, right? So image, so we need the Docker image inside our Docker. So inside of the Docker container we need the Docker. So that's why we need to provide the name. So what is the image name? Docker latest is the image name, and enter. And for the services we need to use the D in D, I mean Docker in Docker, that is. So services, and we need to use hyphen Docker colon D in. So this is means GitLab will use the Docker containers to do the project, right? To complete your project stages and everything. So we need the Docker image. So that's the way. In the Docker itself, we need the Docker. That's why we are providing the services as a D in D, means Docker in Docker. This is the meaning of this one, and enter. And next we need to write this script block, right? Script here and colon and enter. So what is the command to build your image? Docker build -t is the tag name you have to provide, but we need the API key also, right? We created the API key, right? So we need to use this one, Docker build arg is this one. So let's copy this command up to this one. I will provide this one also. Right click, copy it, and come back to the editor, and let's remove this one and paste it. And for the image name you can provide any name. So I am going with YouTube v1, so version 1, and dot, and what is the key? So you can use my API key also. I will provide the key, no need to worry about that one. And for the key here, come back to here to the rapid API. So let's copy this one. So right click, select this, right click and copy it, and come back to this one, pipeline editor, or you can use your own key also, that is also fine. Okay, so let's come back to the Visual Studio Code, and I will explain the Docker file also, what we are using and everything. So go here to the Docker file, and let's close this one. So we are using the Node 16th version for this application. So it's creating the working directory, and it's down copying the package dot everything. So not only package.json file, it will copy the package -local.json file also, and next it will install some dependencies, and next it will copying everything to the app directory. And next we are building the image, the React app. We are exposing to 3000, and next we are starting the application. This is the Docker file that we are building. And let's come back to the browser. We need this API key to run our application functionally, fully functionally, without any errors. So first we are building the image, that is fine. And next we need to tag it with our Docker Hub username. Docker, what is the command? Tag is the command. So what is the image name I'm using? YouTube version 1, right? Just right click and copy it and paste it here. My Docker Hub username is 7ajay and slash, and YouTube version 1 is the same name I am using, and latest, that is fine. Next we need to use the Docker login to push our image, right? Docker login -u user. So we need to use the username, that is fine, -p. We need to use the password here. It will log into our Docker Hub. So let's go and add those credentials. Let's open it in a new tab and search for the gitlab.com again. So I don't want to make this one. I mean, like it will start the pipeline automatically, right? So whenever I commit these changes, it will automatically use this one, and we will get the error. So that's why I don't want get an error. That's why I'm opening the GitLab in the another tab, and go to the YouTube version 1, and we need to go to this here to the settings, and go to the CI/CD again, and go to the variables, expand. So add variable and remove this one, and mask variable, and you can use the key name as a Docker _username. So this is fine. So for the value you have to provide your username, sorry, so small letters, 7ajay. This is my username for our Docker Hub, and just click on add variable, and you can see Docker username is added, and click on add variable for the Docker password. So remove this one, protect variable, mask variable, and key name Docker, sorry, should be capital letters, Docker _password. And for the value, let's create a name, create personal access token. Go to the Docker Hub and click on your username here, so on the top right, and go to the account settings and go to the security and click on new access token and provide the token as a GitLab. That is fine. Click on generate and just copy this one and come back here to the pipeline, paste it here and click on add variable, and you can see Docker username is added and password is added to the variables. So let's copy these two, copy and copy. So and come back to the code itself, or you can directly come to the here pipeline editor. Let's remove this one -p, delete, and we need to use dollar to call our actual variables here. So what is that one? Windows V, Docker password, and for the username, sorry, delete this one, and the dollar, so Windows V, so Docker username. It will log into our Docker directly using this credential, Docker login -u. So Docker username is 7 as I, and password we already added, right? So next next command is Docker push to push the image to our Docker hub. Docker push. What is the image name? 7 as a slash. This is the image, right? Let's copy this one. Control C and sorry, up to here, from here. So this is fine, and we need to provide dot at the end here, don't forget that, and we need to add that one, that is fine. And next we need to add the image scan also. I don't want to waste the time, that's why we are using the image scan also. So next stage, scan image colon stage Trivy image scan, and image name should be, so we just copy these comments, all these. Let's copy this stage, both are same, right? Let's copy it and add it here. So we need to remove one stage, file scan stage will be removed. So this is done. Oh, should be here inside this one, entry point and everything is same. So what we need to provide, so we need to provide the name command as Trivy image. So we need to scan this image, right? So let's copy this image, right click and copy it and paste it here. It will scan your image. That is done. So these are the stages. So sorry, we need to add the another stage, right? Here hyphen. So what is the stage name we use it for image scan? So Trivy image scan. Let's copy this stage and label should be here. The stage should be here. So otherwise it won't work. So this is fine. It's scanning the image and it's building the Docker image, and it's using the service Docker in Docker and building the image. So you can use this API key also. No need to worry about that. And Trivy image scan everything. So click on commit changes and close this tab. We don't require this anymore. And pipeline, we are getting the warning message. This is because of the Sonarqube, I think. I install dependencies and everything. You can see the stages also clearly. Install dependencies, Sonarqube check, Trivy file scan, Docker build and push, and scan image. So you can see here in the image we used this one, right? Sonarqube image is completed, file scan is completed, building the image is fine, and Trivy image scan is also working fine now. So we added up to this stage. So we need to install GitLab runner on our EC2 instance, and we will run the container. So our project will be completed and we can watch the videos on our application. So it will take some time. I will skip the part and I will show at this part. From this part I will explain. And you can see that Trivy file scan is completed. Now it's building the Docker image, and let's go inside this one. So Docker build and push, and you can see here it's preparing the Docker machine. That's why we used the DND, I mean Docker in Docker service, starting the service. You can see here clearly. So starting the service Docker in Docker and pulling the image also Docker in Docker. So we need to use this one. And next you can see here fetching changes and git remote, and we are using the Docker build and build or React API key to create our application. And you can come here and it's installing this some dependencies. It will take some time. Come back to YouTube or go to the running stage, and it will take some time. Build and push. So you can see build and push is completed. Now it's starting the Trivy image scan. Let's go inside the build and push, and we will see that it's working fine or not. And we need to see the report also, right? So job is succeeded and it's pushed the image also, and you can see the Docker login is also succeeded. It's using the Docker username, and you can see that our tag, it's masking the my name because we used the username for the mask, right? That's why using the masked here, and it's running the image also. So exporting layer, and let's go to the Docker hub and copy and close this one and go to the Docker hub, and let's see whether it's pushed our image or not to our Docker hub. And you can see YouTube version 1. Click on this one, and this is the version. You can see it's last pushed a minute ago. And come back here to the GitLab and come back to the jobs. So this is also completed a scan image. This is the stage. So let's go inside, and you can see it's scanning the image clearly with the report also we are getting. This is the lengthy file. So let's come back here. So image report will be show lengthy, and you can see it's showing the lengthy image complete raw. So click on this one, and this is the report, and it's using the repository, and as you can see this is the Trivy image report. And you can see here also, so YouTube version app, it's scanning our image. So there are 1069 low vulnerabilities and high vulnerabilities, and 13 are critical version vulnerabilities. So let's come back. So up to our stage, this one is completed, scanning of the image. Let's install our GitLab runner on our system. So go here and go to the YouTube version 1. So all jobs are completed as of now. If you click on past, and we have the 5 stages as of now. First stage is npm and Sonar and Trivy and Docker and Trivy image scan. These are completed. And let's come back to the YouTube version 1. And we need to create a runner, specific runner, right? And go here to the settings and click on CI/CD, and we need to click on runners, expand, and we need to click on 3 dots, and we need to click on show runner installations first. And we are using the Linux environment. Just select the Linux and AMD 64, and you can use the any version here, architecture. And we need to copy this one. Let's copy these commands here and come back here to this. We need to connect the mobile extreme again. 1 minute. So system is connected, and let's open a new file. Sudo vi gitlab -runner -az. So this is the file name, and shift insert all those commands, enter. And let me explain the commands. Sudo, it will download the binary for our GitLab runner, and next providing the executable permissions to that particular runner, and next we are creating the user, and finally we are starting as a service. We are starting the GitLab runner also. Escape shift:/WQ. If you want to clear explanation, watch the last video. I explained everything, what is the every command. Sudo chmod +x executable commands. So GitLab runner is a enter, and ls, and you can see that is executable permissions as working fine. So dot GitLab runner, enter. So it will install our GitLab runner on our system, on our EC2 instance, and everything is working fine. So if you want to see whether it's working fine or not, cd/user, it's downloaded here. Let's come back here. User bin GitLab, user local bin, enter, ls, and you can see the GitLab runner. It's installed and working fine. So clear the screen and cd home and Ubuntu, enter. And if you provide sudo gitlab -runner start command, it will start the GitLab runner, and runtime platform is working fine. And come back here, and let's close this one, or we can use this command to register also. Just copy this command and come back here, and let me clear the screen and provide this one, shift insert, enter. And we need to provide the enter here because we are using the GitLab, right? So just provide enter, that is fine. And for the token, we are using the same token here. This is the token, so we just need to provide the enter itself here, enter. And description for the runner, you can provide any description, YouTube, enter. And for the tags, you can use any tag. So you can use the multiple tags also by providing the comma after the each tag. So I am using the Ajay, comma, and YouTube, enter. Enter optional maintenance note for the runner. So YouTube is the same thing, I am using everything, and enter. And we need to provide an executor here. So most of the people are so many members use the Docker or the shell command as the executor. So we are using the shell here, and enter. And you can see runner is registered successfully. Configuration is saved here. So if you go back here to the etc and GitLab runner, so we can see the configuration and everything. Before that we need to start that one, sudo GitLab start. So then it will automatically update that GitLab config.yml file also. And let's go inside the root first. So cd/etc GitLab runner, enter, because otherwise it won't work, right? Whenever we run without root inside this particular etc or GitLab runner, so it will throw permission denied error. That's why I'm using the sudo su. First I'm coming into the root, and next I'm showing that config file cat config.toml and enter. And you can see that we are using this particular token, and we are using the shell command and everything. Let's exit from this one, enter, clear the screen. So we started the GitLab runner and everything, we added the register and everything is fine, but we need to run this one, otherwise it won't work. GitLab -runner run command we have to provide and enter, and it's starting now. So start is different and run is different. It will wait for our jobs. As of now we didn't provide any job site, so it will wait. And if you close this one, and you can see that enable this project, so click on this one, and that is done. And you can see, so our YouTube and IR YouTube, both the tags are working fine here. And click on pencil mark and just select this one, check this box, run untagged jobs also, save changes. And this is the IP address of your EC2 instance. And if you see here, you can directly see here 3.110 for 148 and 7, the same IP address is here. So come back to CI/CD settings. Our runner is working fine, you can see. So it is runner is online, last contact was less than a minute ago, working fine. And now we need to add the CF file to deploy our application, to run our container on our EC2 instance. So as of now we used the shared runners to complete the steps. So now we are using the specific runner to deploy on our EC2 instance. So let's add edit in the pipeline editor. So Trivy scan is completed, enter hyphen. So what is the stage? Run container is the stage name, and enter. So let's provide this one as a deploy column and stage. So what is the stage name we used here? So let's copy this one, run container, the same thing, and come here and paste it here. And for the next we need to use the tags. So tags, enter. We need to provide the tag name also, because it will use our EC2 instance as a specific runner for this particular stage only. That's why we need to use the tags. So hyphen. So what are my tags? I use it for this one. Azay is fine, or YouTube is fine. Let's use the YouTube, and let's see whether it's taking this job or not. YouTube, enter. Next we need to use the script column. So what is the command to run our Docker container? Docker run -d -name YouTube app, right? YouTube, and -p. So it will expose it to 3000. So 3000. So what is the image name? This is right. So let's select this one, copy it and paste it here. So that is fine. So it will deploy and it will run on this particular YouTube. So this is the tag we use it for our EC2 instance. It will, this particular stage only will use this specific runner to run on our EC2 instance. Let's click on commit changes. So up to this process everything is fine. So we added the runner and we are running the container now. And come back here, the pipeline syntax is fine, and click on pipelines in the left side panel, and you can see there are last 5 stages only. So Trivy image scan. So now the last stage is added, the deploy run container stage. So the remaining containers we already discussed, how to install dependencies, Sonar check and Trivy file scan, Docker build and push, Sonar image scan, everything I showed the output also clearly. And we need to see this particular run container also. And you can see here that it's not using any jobs now as of now, because so these are using the shared runners, these 5 stages, and the last stage only runs on our specific EC2 instance. So then only it will take this job here. See here, npm install is completed, Sonar check is completed, Trivy file scan is completed, Docker build and push is completed. So once this is done, and you can see here, it will automatically take the job here, and it will automatically complete. Let's wait here. and we can see that it's taking the job normally. So so you can see checking for jobs failed. We got the failure already, so this one is fine. And come back and let's see. So let's refresh this ones, and where we are getting the failure, and at the deploy it's getting failure. So let's see, using the shell based executor, so we are getting the failed error. So prepare environment, so go here, go to the GitLab run types of files. So you can see here if job fails and the prepare environment stays, and we need to go here, and let's go here, go to the home and GitLab runner. Let's see, Control C and exit from here, and Control L and cd/home GitLab runner, enter. So it's permission denied. Let's go inside sudo and see cd/home GitLab runner, enter, ls-a and bash logout, and you can see here, and in the bash logout, for example, if the bash logout file has script section like the following, comment out the restart the pipeline. So we need to comment out that one. Let's come here, let's sudo vi -bash logout _logout, enter, and you can see that. So we need to comment out this one. So come here, and we are getting the error. So let's comment out, go to the initiate mode and add the comments. So that is fine, escape /wq, and let's start sudo GitLab -runner restart, enter. Sorry, so spelling mistake. So GitLab runner restart, that is fine, and exit of this one, cd /, and exit, and let's start it again, start, and run this one, enter. So let's restart this pipeline, come back, go to the build and go to the pipelines. So let's retry all these jobs. Okay, run pipeline. So run pipeline, so I need to run all the stages. So we just commented out that line only, and it will take some time. I will stop that one, I mean up to that time I will skip that. So you can see here npm is completed, Sonar Trivy file scan, Docker is completed, Trivy image scan is also started running, and let's wait here, and it will automatically take job here. And you can see checking jobs was getting conflict again, and come back here, I think it's got failure. So refresh, yeah, no, it's working fine now. So run container is completed, and you can see here also it's not updating anything, but we deployed the container. So click on this one, and you can see job was succeeded and the application is also running, and you can see here it's checking for the job still. So let's see, Control C, however, so all workers are stopped. If you provide Docker PS, and you can see that YouTube app is up and running now 45 seconds ago. So now only it's completed, and go back here, copy the public IP address of this one, the both are same, right? So let's copy it, right click, copy, and open in a tab. So paste it with need 3000 and enter, and this is the YouTube application is working fine now, and you can watch the any video. So you can click on JS mastery or coding, or you can directly watch the React JS videos, Next.js videos, and you can directly watch the music also. I'm not playing any songs as of now because it will go to the copyright issues. So you can play the movies and everything, and you can see King of Kotha and every movie is here, and already lyrical videos and the animal, and go to the education, and you can see here are we educated and movies, and we can play the movies also, Spy Daddy, the gangsters, and you can search the movies also. And if you search for Telugu movies, enter. So Narasimha is the movie, right? It's Srimantudu. If you click on this one, and this video is unavailable, it will copyright, I think. So it will provide the copyright issues, that's why it's not available. And click on Malana, let's see whether it's working fine or not. So play this movie, and this is a 3 hours movie, right? And you can play and watch the movie also. And let's mute this one and come here, and you can see the Malana movie is playing, works fine. And you can play any movie, Satyamanam Bhavati and anything, and come back. These are the Telugu dragon movies and everything, so everything is working fine. So it's not taking the jobs. I mean, this is the conflicts, no need to worry about that. If it takes jobs, you will get the output like this, so no need to worry about that. It's working fine. However, it's running on our EC2 instance only, our specific runner only it will running. So you can see, so it's running on IP 172.31.33.139. So the same IP 172.31.33.139. So our image is working fine. Let's stop these images. Docker stop YouTube, enter, and Docker rm YouTube, enter. So I removed the container, and let's refresh this one, and we won't get anything. So this is fine. So let's come back here. So YouTube application is pushed to GitHub. So click on here on the top right, go to the account settings. So we don't require personal access token anymore. So let's select this one and click on delete, and delete forever. So I'm deleting that token. And for the issues, and you can see the projects and everything is working fine 9 minutes ago. So this is the complete steps, and go to the jobs, and you can see the detailed information of the each stage also. It's completed in the 8 seconds to deploy. So this is the deploy stage, and scan image stage, it's completed in 51 seconds, and 2 minutes 36 seconds for the Docker build and push, and file scan 19 seconds, Sonar check 55, and 1 minute for the installation of the dependencies. These are the last failed cases. So everything is working fine. Go to the YouTube version 1, and you can see the complete pipeline from here. So click on this one, fast. These are the 6 jobs that are working fine. So install dependencies and everything working fine without any errors. So if you deploy this application and take a screenshot and connect me on the LinkedIn, and if you attach any files over there for this is the completion of the one. So I will complete the next video. I mean, for the part 2 we will going to do the deployment up to the AKS and everything. So for the Slack integration also I am doing the video to the GitLab. So if you complete that and keep post on the LinkedIn, so I can do that next part also. So thanks for watching the video and keep on supporting. I hope you learned something new.